this, man, because I don't be trying to be scripted and shit. Alright.
Shouldn't have to be.
Yeah, so let me think. Alright, so basically, let's see. I feel like the conversation gonna flow into anything that we want to anyway. It's gonna be moving around.
Conversation gonna eventually take off and go its own adventures.
Yeah, so let me see. What we just talking about? What was that whole conversation you said about? I said talking about my day. It got into spirituality a little bit, of faith. But just how the world business. Ooh, let's do that. Let's talk about that. Business. Okay. That's the one. So business. What you were saying was just that's business. Like a lot of people be like, that's business. Like,
but that really is that's how the world works. That's like, well, that's how America works, should I say. It's just business. It's not really on the levels. It's money. It's not about money. Don't make sense to people.
Yeah, like it seems like when they say that's just business, it ain't about morals and ethics and character and none of that. It just be like, oh, that's just business. So a lot of people, I feel like that shit just a way that people to be used. It's an excuse for people to be immoral and just say fuck it and not have to worry about being a good person, basically. You know, like you could.
No. Well, yeah, but then again, like I said, it's not about money. It don't really make sense to certain people. They feel like business is just business. Like that's really how they feel. They don't care about like how we're looking at it from the outside looking in. They use all of this black versus white to cover up everything that's really going on with the world right now. So like I feel like what we're doing, like all is, let's put the black and white against each other, but then you got the rich people that's still living life regularly, but you got the poor people is the ones that's kind of out here protesting and marching and doing all of this and stuff like that. And then you got them where they're doing it, but they're only doing it for publicity, just to be seen, just to be known, fan base, because it's just business at the end of the day. It's just business. It's about having money. Who got the most money? Who making the most money? That right there, that's all they care about is money. That's all America cares about is money. They don't care about, who's living. Poor people is beneath them right now. So they feel like even if you're middle class, you're still beneath them. So they don't really care about us. They don't care about nothing that we got going on. They feel like if we can't bring them money or make more money, we're not accepting to them. So I feel like that's why they have little government things that's going on right now and stuff like that. That's the lowest of the lowest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got out what you saying is like the main gist of it is just basically being a pawn in somebody else's game and somebody else's shit. But that all that's still for me. That's all still a mentality though, because all we gotta do is not do it. Like to not participate in it. We don't necessarily have to. We feel like we do, but the earth provide everything. Food, they provide.
I got something for you. This goes back to a quote that I had posted on my page. I don't think I probably didn't screenshot it. I had posted a quote and it was like, people think you need money to make money, but no, you really don't really need money to make money. You need to have a good idea that's going to bring money, and that's how they look at it. And that's why a lot of these people that you be looking at like, oh, how is he can't rap or he can't do this and how they making money, but I feel like it's the way they're strive for it, and then like if the person feel like, oh, people get excited off of stupidity and people pay more attention to the negative stuff than they do the positive.
That sounds like entertainment to me. Like people want to be entertained. Cause at first, when you get out of survival mode, when you ain't just about surviving, you know, just trying to like, I need this $5 because this the only way I'm about to eat type shit. Once you start getting that excess, that living mode, a lot of people lose that hunger to continue to do shit in life, try to grow. So people want to be entertained. And a lot of people that you saying, they recognize that where they gonna keep on growing and keep on getting money and keep on getting shit. They're like, oh, well, you don't wanna grow, you just wanna be entertained? All right, entertain your ass and you keep making money. Take that, you work Monday through Friday, then you feel me? By the time Friday the weekend comes, you like, whoo, I don't work so hard, I might as well spend my money. So the whole weekend, you damn near blow your whole check and you gotta do it again next week. Cause that money gonna circulate back to them. While it's a system where it's like already implanted for us like that. So that's why I get what you're saying that, but at the end of the day, everybody could just not do that. You could take your money and invest it in something. You could take your money and start a business wherever you working at. You feel me? It may not be your heart, but you still working there. So, like, let's say I was working at Home Depot. You could take that Home Depot money. I've been working with contractors. I could utilize all this information and I'm working at this motherfucker. Take this and start a business based on that. Okay. I get all the materials for cheap, different shit, you feel me? And you can do that. Everybody could do that. We just don't got the guidance into that. We don't got that know-how. But at the end of the day though.
No, a lot of people get comfortable. They get comfortable and they think that they get comfortable with just getting by. So they're used to that. They're not like how you're thinking like, oh, okay, what I'm going to gain out of this so so I can grow. Other people are not looking at it like that. Other people are looking like, this is my job. I got to go here every day, all day. This is what's going to feed my kids. This is what's going to do this. This is going to do that. So I'm content with what I'm doing right now. I'm cool with this right now.
Yeah, that's the word right there, content. And yeah, content. And yeah, they probably seen their mama do it that way. They see their friends, their cousins. There ain't nobody in their life that they directly can interact with that they believe that did something different. They work and they go and they come back. Everybody just trying to get paid the most money an hour and then say, oh, he the one winning. He come back around, he could stand around everybody, or she come back around everybody. They could be like, oh, I got the most money out of everybody we know, so I'm in the top of my world. But that's still, for me, I was born to that same shit when nobody did nothing. Nobody started business. My uncle could sing, he was hella raw. He could sing way better than me, but he had stage fright. So he never did it, he never pursued that shit. So it's that fear stopped people from doing it. It ain't like you don't know, just like working out. Everybody know if you work out, you'll get in shape. But that don't mean they gonna do what it takes to do that.
It's sad that America is being ran off fear. That's why it's being ran the way that it's being ran.
This whole world, it's like all of us, like this.
It's fear.
I think like, this is the thing too though. I feel like it is a group of people that want to hurt up everybody. It's some people that want to do that. They feel like, oh, everybody's stupid, so they need guidance, they need help, so I'm gonna guide them into it. But the whole thing is everybody, it's not, there's still a system where ain't no secret thing people trying to do, like people look at the food and be like, damn, they trying to kill us and this type of thing. No, them people trying to make money. Money is the root of all evil for a reason. They gonna put hella sugar in ketchup. They gonna put sugar in everything you do because they know it's addictive. So that's gonna make you want it more, and that's all it is. People think that's smart. People think it was smart when Soulja Boy manipulation. They think that's smart. When Soulja Boy put his song on the internet and he said like 50 Cent in the club, you start playing it and you be like, everybody say that's hella smart. That was the best way. But that's how people look at that. If it's successful, they feel like that shit is good, and it's just business shit. But that's what morals and ethics and your character. What's gonna be more important to you? Just business, money, or is it your moral, your ethics, and your character, your spirit? Because a lot of people out there think that when you say, "Oh, I'm about to say you sold your soul," a lot of people think that it's really like the devil came through he popped up in your room and he got a contract. You feel me? Rolled it out. He poked you. You feel me? You signed it with your blood and he disappeared. It ain't like that. You saw your soul is, you don't want to slap your mama. But you like, would you slap your mama? And be like, nah, I never slap my mama. But then like, I'll give you $100 million if you slap your mama. Your mama would probably say, slap the fuck out of me, how we can get this money? That's selling your soul, you feel what I'm saying? Yes, your moral, your ethics, so.
People do that in every day.
People be selling their soul, but then it's getting bigger and bigger. That's why it's gonna take some positive people, some people that got the capacity to do it. And that's what I feel like is the journey. That's what it's about. Like, that's why I say I ain't trying to be here. I ain't trying to be a part of the game. I'm here to change it. I ain't here to be of this world. I came to change the world because I'm capable. And when God start working in your life, the God, the universe, you know, whatever way you want to look at spirit, nature, whatever it is, this thing that whatever programmed our heartbeat, you feel me, whatever program us to blink and breathe without even have to think about that shit, that, you feel me, once you can give it up to that energy, then that's what's gonna flourish. But if we ignoring that, that's what world we in. That's the business. I'm ignoring that. I don't care if you're a human that you blink, breathe and shit. Be here at 8 o'clock and then we'll take your ass home at this time. I'm gonna give you this one break because that's humane. You feel me? Or 2 breaks, whatever the fuck it is. You feel me? Unpaid and go home because this is what it's worth. It's that pimping shit. That's what America is. The whole world is that. Maybe the whole world too. But I don't know. I ain't been everywhere, but. In America, it's that pimping culture where it's you do all the work, and because I thought about the shit, I'm gonna get most of the money because my mental space is worth more than your physical shit that you doing.
It's control. Everybody, the whole world wants control. Everybody wants to control each other. Like even if you go to other countries, it's like okay, in America, it's a whole lot of people, whole different.
And why you think that is? It's fear. Like the animals, all the animals that you feel like a fuck gets up, you control them motherfuckers, put them in a cage, put them up over there. So it's fear. That's the main thing that's leading that.
Like I said, America is running off fear. It's running off fear. Everybody is scared.
Cause they fear that. Cause the thing is about survival, and it's like, yeah, like. Especially when it comes to black people, when the people feel black. Once you go black, you don't go back type shit. Black people got all this cool shit. We got black privilege too, because we come with a certain swag, we come with a certain energy that we need to recognize too. And with that make people feel inferior. They feel like, oh, it ain't gonna, like right now, they feel like white people ain't gonna be here in a minute because there's a majority, but they feel like they're gonna be gone because we all mixing together for one. We all coming together. But people fear their existence because it's a dominant gene. What's hella funny is they used to say like a black person was 1/3 of a human or some shit, 1/3 of a person. But then at the same time, they said just 1 drop of black blood made you black. So that already didn't make no sense. We didn't look at it like that. They telling you the truth right in your face. Like you can't tell me this and this. That's only if the person believes it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can't say I'm 1/3 of a person in one breath, in the same sentence say 1 drop of black blood made your ass you been black. So that's what's happening. They know that and they fear that it ain't gonna be no just pure white people no more. So they fear that shit a lot. But the thing is, it's not about that, none of that, because at the end of the day, it's like we all here, we all one race. When you look at cats, we don't say, oh, that's a polka dot cat, that's a yellow cat, that's a silver cat. No, they just cats. We ain't looking at it like that. It's just a mentality thing.
It is.
A woman could go outside. I'll be like, would you go outside in your bras and panties? You be like, hell nah. But would you go outside in a bathing suit 2-piece? It's the same thing. It's just a mentality thing.
You're right.
You feel me? And it's the same thing.
Right.
And it's just a mentality thing. And once we start seeing that, and we see it in that, and it's really just the confidence. Oh, I got this 2-piece on. I know what I'm presenting. People not looking at me with that immature way. They looking at me like, oh, she at the beach. That looks beautiful, sexy, whatever it is. But they're not looking at you provocative all the way. Not saying that people ain't gonna look at you like that, but you feel me? It's all mentality, but it's all about us being mature to think this way. And we've been so we've been in the difference. They've been about fear. We do our fear. We got past that. We ain't gotta really run from no dinosaurs or nothing. Shit ain't trying to kill us and eat us all day besides each other. You feel me? As all people. And then shit, like we in that not just survival mode, but we in that differences mode where everybody, they different. Like, he black, he white, he tall, he short, he black, they fat, they skinny. Like, it's all about that. That's what it was. But now we getting into that similarity shit. Oh, he transgender, you can't talk about them like that because that's like civil rights. You feel me? That's just like this. That's just like this. That's just like this. That's just like, now we all looking about similarities. Every time we do shit, it's on the opposite end.
It's never
like, it's this side and this side.
It's always gotta be. I just feel like they always try to find something wrong. Like nothing is never just okay. No matter that just goes on with regular life and even day-to-day life though as well. No matter what you do, it's never gonna be perfect in another person's eye. So you can be sitting here, have a big house, nice car, all of that. They're gonna find something wrong with you. Oh, you drink a lot, or you do, like, they're gonna find something wrong with you to make you not an okay person, or just to be like, oh, okay, well, you're doing your thing, regardless of your habits, your you know, your flaws. People still try to find. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I think why people do that is because if they don't feel like they could keep up with you, they don't think they could live up to that, they try to break you down to build them up. So they gonna try to break you down and use them blocks that you were standing on to raise you up, to stand over, to be above you. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you got all that, but what about this? Like, that's why all the celebrities and everybody that rise, whatever, they try to find them flaws in them, and that's what it be. But that person not right with themselves because they ain't came to grips with that. If they came to grips with those things that everybody trying to say about, or they got it out there and being transparent about it, that's the last video I just did about being transparent. It's like, you can't use that against me now. I already let you know that I smoke, I let you know that I drink, or I flunked or some shit. You can't use that as shoe against me because I ain't trying to hide that shit. I'm keeping that shit lit.
You just think it's just that you just, I don't know. You're right. You can't, it's a lot of stuff you can't hide, but it's also a lot of stuff that it's just a lot of stuff that you don't need people to know. It's like it's not that you're hiding it, you just don't want that. Some people just don't want them to know. And then on top of that, you know, like I said, with the whole, you know, with black people, the fear of us being book smart and street smart. You know, we already know how to build without knowledge. Because that's in us to build. You know, that's why they wanted us, because they seen how of a hard work we are and our foundation, you know, and how the women uplift how the women will uplift our men, and how the men will uplift our women, and how we work together and we build a community. And you know, and I feel like we did that with just very little knowledge. But you know, now that we have the knowledge, that's what I feel like they fear most. Okay, so now they got knowledge and they know how to do this. So now we got to find something that's going to control them. So now we got black kids kids getting killed by cops. And we got, you know, it's always something going on with black people, like with us, because of the fear of us growing and then us basically taking over. And they think that that's what we're going to do. They think, I don't know if they feel like we're going to, you know, do them how they did us, but not realizing that's not even our motive. Our motive more so is our foundation, our family, you know, just being able to live, be happy. And right now I feel like they took that from us, so that's why we're so angry. And it's so hard for us to come together, because we're not looking at it we're not looking at it from their perspective. We're looking at it from, okay, so we're here now. This is what we got to do. This is what this, that, and this. And then they're looking at it as, okay, as long as we got them controlled, we good. We're good. We're good. We don't have nothing to worry about. But once they start realizing, then that's when we got to step in and do something. And so now they feel like, okay, so now we're walking in fear. So when we deal with police officers, instead of us being ourselves, we're more so, you can see that we're scared. But I feel like fear is the reason why they kill.
It's both. I feel like in that situation, both here. But like the foundation of what I feel like you're saying is like for the day. Like I'm thinking, okay, but I think what you mean by you say day is like, I think the foundation coming from black people in America, because you saying that in America. So you're saying that and they is the white people in America. That's that the ancestors are and the so like. Yeah, I talk to white people. I talk to them about that, and that is what they fear. They is like, what the fuck y'all about to do? Like they basically like that's what it is.
But not knowing that, yeah, we do have some people that feel like, okay, we need to do them how they did us. We need to do this, we need to do that.
What percentage is that you think that is all of it?
I would say like 2% of us.
You said 2% of us really want to know.
I say 2% of us really want to like do them how they did us, but then because I feel like only 2% of us, because if it was more than that, they would actually be acting on it.
Not even the 2% is acting on it. Nobody acting on it. I ain't gonna dive into what you say, but I think it's about right now. I would probably say about anywhere between 30 and 40%. But I feel like that could change, just like I feel like it changes. It's not a solid 30, 40 all the time. It could go down. It could go down. It could go hella down. It could change. Like we got enough control over our whole people. If once that leader come and they own their shit and they somebody that's saucy that everybody respect, and people will get in line and will be like, okay, because we grasp onto wisdom. We grasp onto like. And we not going to go therapy and do self-healing and stuff like that. The majority of us, I say about, that'd be 2% that actually doing, like maybe I'd say like 20 to 40% of us is actually doing self-healing work. Some of us is just living and not, just gifted and not going to be on no hatred and no shit like that. But I feel like, I feel like people grasp onto it though. When you do speak love and light to black people, they grasp it no matter who they is and what walk of life they is. They ready to get some positive and cause they done been into it so much, it's like fuck, like I'm ready for something to change. I
just feel like we need to be 2 steps ahead of them because they're always 2 steps ahead of us, and I feel like they put people of color in power over us because they know that that's what we go off of.
I mean, this is another thing too, though. So that's why I feel like a lot of the basis is based on what we've been here and how long we've been here and what we've seen since we alive. But at the same time, while we alive, a lot of people say black people was kings and queens and we the original people of the earth and all that type of stuff. So we did create math and a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff we did create. So it ain't like we didn't have the knowledge or the wisdom. We had it. But what we was doing with it at first, like I said, that Black Panther movie, we got all the resources. We could change the world, but we always about ourselves. We was Egyptians, all the type of shit. We buried ourselves in gold
and jewelries, and we wasn't worried about the outside world because we felt like we had everything we need in that one continent.
And you can look at that shit right now, how the world is. When they get on, they start getting chains and all that shit and be on some...
Every last one.
Because it's still a lot of self-hatred, even from back then, I guess, or whatever the fact may be. We need to learn from the past and our mistakes. The thing is, we don't know about it, so we going right back into it. But the thing is, we here, and that's what we doing right now, is trying to put it out there, put this energy out there and educate people. And ourselves, just have a conversation that's going to start another conversation. It ain't like nobody higher, lower, or none of that. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to somebody as the superior or the supreme and shit. I don't subscribe to that.
Titles is a form of control.
For sure. Cause shit, one thing I be saying, the tree. We could call it a tree all you want, but at the end of the day, God made it to be whatever it is.
If it wasn't really a tree,
it could be called Bob. It could be called whatever you want. He'd be like, my name's John. Hey, I ain't
tree. Tree could have been a bird.
You feel me? A bird. You could have called a tree bird. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what we describe it to get a concept. But at the end of the day, that's just a concept. All it is a concept. They don't make it.
But he created us to create this. And I feel like in the way we're going about it is the total opposite. And that's what people don't understand. Like, he created us, and he created us, and he gave everybody a talent. And everybody's talent was supposed to create the world that we live in.
Yeah, I feel that, and but I feel like we were created to be created. Like, we are just like the tree, we are just like the bird. We feel like we superior to other shit, so that's because we can understand and grasp so much. But at the end of the day, an ant got a gift. It could hold 10 times its body weight. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a bird got a gift. It could fly. We get to study that and do something about it. These other lower forms of life, basically, it take them where it take us a day, a month, a year, whatever, a decade to evolve. It may take them hella generations to evolve. Like a giraffe neck, it's like I can't reach that shit. It take hella generations for it to grow a long neck to reach them high ass thing. Where we could just be like, shit, let me just take this shit right here, put this with this, I'm about to grab that shit. Like, we could evolve that fast. So it come with a responsibility, but like we just like every other animal trying to survive. Like, the dog or cat, he gonna be like, what the fuck? You hear a noise, he gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Because it's all about survival. They not thinking like that. Only we feel that way when we in harsh environments where it's about survival. But a lot of people is just living. They blowing hundreds of thousands, millions of. This is what I was gonna say. Maybe I'll put it on here then. I ain't gonna do that. I'll do a separate video. But basically, it's 7.6 billion people in the world. 7.6 billion. So from high school, in the average high school, or just say a big ass high school, the people that San Leandro High, that it had from this 2016 to 2017 year, they had 2,608 students enrolled in their school, in their class. That's 1 year. So imagine that if every year for the 4 years, he was a brand new student. That'll bring it up to like 10,000 students. So 10,000 your whole year, your whole 4 years, if it was a new student every day, and you met every single student, that was 10,000 students, like around 10,000. So think of camp, whatever, everything we went to, like you think of, that's how many people you met, 10,000 people. So let's say we went out of school 10 years or some shit. That's gonna get you, it ain't gonna even 70,000. That's 70. It ain't. Let's say you met 100,000 people in your life. 100,000 since then, right now. It's 7 billion people in this world. You get me? That's a different type of perspective. Right now, it's 37 billion acres of land on this earth. So that means that every single human, that means your cousin, your mama, your auntie, the little babies, they can have 4.8. They can have 4.8 acres of land. Every single person. That's how much land it is for every person. But we over here trying to control it to make it so. Little shit like that. That's just perspective. We feel like we in this because it's a control thing. Because it's like if somebody got a gun, he pull up and walk up in, you like, nigga, you don't know what he gonna do with that, so you scared. That's where fear come from. He got a gun, but I don't know what he gonna do with it. If he get mad, if he feels some type of way, he could do whatever the fuck he want, or her. They can do whatever they want. That's where that fear come from. When somebody got some leverage on you, and
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you feel me? So that's where that come from. So how you walking in that feet? Like, how you gonna say, nah, you put that gun down, because that's all it is. So you know what guns we got? Right here. You feel me? You walk around like that, like, oh, he'll beat somebody else. Like, we walk with that, your voice, your throat chakra, the things you saying, your wisdom, that's your gun. Right. That's our gun. And they feel like people, whoever fear that. You can see friends, our people do the same shit.
Yeah.
I know that's some shit.
Kind be scared of you.
And that's just the thing. We all doing it. We all one. It's only one race.
I know, the human race.
And so we all feel the same way towards each other. And it's a thing.
And it's a hate. It's a love-hate that we all have for each other. We all want to be like each other, but we hate each other. But we want to be like each other, but we love each other because we love the stuff that each other do.
Shit.
Like you hear, we love, like, it's, yeah.
I feel like we do. That's the same thing with ourselves. We can't love nobody if we don't love ourselves.
And I feel like, yeah.
A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with ourselves.
Like some days you love yourself and some days you just like,
like damn, why am I
here?
Why my head just shaped this way? Why my nose shaped this way? Why is anything that we change everything. My hairline needs to be on this way.
I need to be thinking like this. Why I don't think like this? Why my mindset like this?
So
yeah,
that take a lot of healing. And once we get into that healing and stuff, you feel me? We have these conversations. I learned is that it ain't nothing to do. It's just to be. The more that we grow and you be in a situation, just like you said with you feel me, just helping your family and telling them little shit, like, you just being yourself. You can actively try to sit down there and tell them some shit, but you can show them better, you can tell them. Like kids, like people don't do what you say, they do what you do. You feel me, you could be sitting there like they get, somebody got $50,000 or some shit, back for taxes or some shit, who knows? One of the settlement or some shit. You can be like, hey man, if you go put this down on the house and you go do this, you feel me, you gonna win, boo. You try to tell them some shit. They not gonna hear you unless you got a house, unless you got some shit. If you homeless trying to tell somebody to get in the house, motherfuckers not gonna hear you.
Yeah.
Cause people do what you do, not what you say. And a lot of people wanna go off of that. That's what business is. That's what, I'm gonna try to say some shit to you. That's why people they be manipulative. But that shit fake and that world is over. That shit over. We not about to do that no more. That shit over. It's a whole new world about to come. But the thing is, I feel like Martin Luther King, like how he did it was like he painted it out. He said, I have a dream. I'm gonna show you, let's paint out, let's not just say what's bad, let's say what's good. Let's not say what's wrong with the world. Let's come with some solutions. And when you put that solution out there, I have a dream that former slaves and former slave owners sit at the table of righteousness and, you feel me, just different things. He didn't get to see that act out, but we seen that picture that he said in his head, and we all together made it start happening.
Right.
And I feel like as long as, if we keep on doing that, if we see this next world that we're going to live, that we want to create, and we all come together, or a lot of us come together and we could agree to be like, okay, let's push this type of world out there where it's about taking care of the earth, taking care of ourselves, taking care of, healing, like educating, not living in fear, living in wisdom, you feel me? Giving people the information so they can choose themselves. Give people the opportunity to fuck up before they do it. Everybody not gonna be perfect, but then have a system for certain things like that. Have a set system where people that really want to work, we all can share this fucking wealth and share this shit, We ain't gotta have that scarcity mindset no more. It's fucking 7, you can have 4.8 acres each. A lot of people don't even want no fucking 4.8 acres. What they gonna do with that shit? They gonna like, I ain't about to mine this shit or do nothing, be no houses. Most people like, fuck that. Just like you said, I'd rather just be God. I want somebody else to do the work. A lot of people will do that, and that's what people start doing. Oh, you don't want to do it? All right. But they didn't give them the option first. They didn't say, oh, well, let me give that to my cousin and let them do it. She the one that got the whole plan, so let me put my land with her. She gonna monopolize it for us, and I could just work. You feel me? But yeah.
That's the society we live in.
That's the society we live in, but shit, we about to change. The society we about to live in about to be different, and hopefully we get to see it in our lifetime. With faith, we gonna see it in our lifetime because how time going so fast now, shit.
We ain't gonna see it. We gonna see it, but our kids gonna live it.
Yeah. On love. Slow shit. Damn, that was a good one right there. Alright, this is Domonique G. A love more. Hey, they may do it to you, but don't do it to yourself. Free your mind. On love.